Hey guys, in today's video we're going to continue on with our injection molding machine series. Today we're going to machine out the center plate. The center plate is supported by the threaded rod and it supports the injection molding chamber. So in today's video we're going to get this machined out. So let's take a look at the center plate. Now the center plate will support the injection molding chamber or melting chamber, and it's just a piece of 8" by 8" ½ thick mic 6. Pretty straightforward, but there are a couple of challenges because of the size. So let's go into the manufacturing and we'll take a look at the cam. Because this is mic 6, we won't be doing any facing operations. It's already machined to the thickness that we need, as well as I've already cut the pieces and machined and squared up all 4 sides. So we're starting out with an 8" by 8" piece. However, we will need to knock these corners off. The first operation is we're going to do the center section here. We're just going to do some adaptive. We're going to be using a 3/8" 3-flute Power end mill. We're going to be running at 5,000 RPMs, 30 inches per minute. We're going to be taking 40 thousandths width of cut. We're not leaving any stock here. We're going to be ramping down at 3 degrees. And then we're just going to, at full depth, clear this out. Our second operation is we're going to be taking these corners. Again, we're going to be using a adaptive operation here. We're going to be running at 5,000 RPMs, 30 inches per minute. Again, a 40 thousandths width of cut here at full depth. We are leaving 10 thousandths here for a finishing pass. We're going to take the next corner. So these back 2 corners, again, because of the way that my machine is set up in the vise position, I'm not able to get the full 8 inches. We're going to come back with a contour operation to knock those 2 corners off with a finishing pass. We're using the same 3/8" 3-flute Power end mill, 5,000 RPMs, 30 inches per minute. But for this, we're just taking a 10 thousandths pass off of that. Next, we're going to use the same end mill to do some boring with our end mill for these 4 holes here. This is for our threaded rod to go through. There'll be a nut on the top and the bottom to lock this into position. This also gives me the adjustment so I can adjust the depth or the height of the chamber. We're just doing a boring operation, as I said. We're doing a 2-degree angle. This probably could be increased to about a 3-degree angle. So let's do that. We're going to do a 3-degree angle. We're going to come back. We're going to do a tool change here. This is our first tool change. We're going to go with a smaller 3-flute end mill. This is a 1/4 inch. And we're going to do the 4 holes here. These are the mounting holes for our molding chamber mount. It's a spider shaped piece. 5,000 RPMs, 22.5 inches per minute. Again, we can do a 3-degree here. Default, I believe, is 2-degree. That's why that pops up. Our next operation is we're going to chamfer all these holes. This is just a light chamfer just to knock off the sharp edge. We're going to do the 2 corners. We're going to do the 4 threaded rod holes as well as the 4 mounting holes, and then our center hole. The chamfer width is 2 thousandths. The offset is 35 thousandths and the clearance is 25 thousandths. Like I said, this is just barely taking a little bit off, just knocking the corner off. Next, we're going to reorient the part so that we can knock off these corners here. And again, it's just to knock these corners off. And then we're going to come back and do another contour operation. So we're just repeating the 3 operations up here, but we're going to just do it for the other side. Pretty straightforward. It's not really much to this. A lot of these pieces are simple. However, because of the size, it makes setup a little bit challenging. So now let's go out to the Precision Matthews and we're going to machine out our center plate. Alright. Alright, so we're out on the Precision Matthews. We've got our stock in place. This is an 8x8 piece of 1/2 inch thick Mic 6. I've removed the blue plastic off of here. We had to get a little creative with our clamping once again due to clearance issues, and we're going to be rounding these corners again just like we did with the base plate. We're going to round the back corners and then we'll do a flip and round the front corners in the back position. It's just a workaround so that I can clamp everything in the vise without having to mount it to the table. So let's get started. Alright, we've got the flip or the turn programmed here at this point, and that's to round the back edges. I've already rotated the stock, so now we're just going to continue on with the G-code. All right. All right, it turned out pretty good. So this is the center plate. And then next we're going to machine out the mold mount. It's like a spider that the mold sits in here. It'll be spring actuated to give it some movement there, so that when you apply pressure, it presses down against the mold and then injects the material. But this is the center section or center plate. Alright, well, let's get it out of here and we'll see how it looks. Alright, so here's the center plate. So it'll be suspended up here on the threaded rod, and it'll be adjustable with some 3/4 tin nuts. Alright, so next up is our mold mount. It's a spider that fits in here. It's going to be mounted with some springs so that it can move up and down. As you put pressure on from the air cylinder, it'll press against the mold, inject the material, and then when you release the air cylinder, it will spring back to clear the mold. Alright guys, well, that'll wrap up this video. If you're new to my channel and you're just tuning in, you can click on this subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. Also, click on that notification bell. That way when I post a new video like this one, if it's something you're interested in, you'll get a link and you can stop by and check it out. As always, please feel free to ask questions, make suggestions, or leave comments. Thumbs up if you like the video. Please subscribe, and most importantly, be safe.